Honestly, even if they threaten to take your kid, stand. There's people that will stand with you. No matter what, even if my rights are fully taken for this little boy, I'm going to be back on Parliament Hill. This should be the standard treatment. If they know it works, why not use it? Is money that important over a life? Really?
Welcome back to another edition of Cannabis in Canada. Today we're coming to you, from Ottawa. Chad and I are coming way out of our territory coming down here, but we wanted to come to Ottawa. We had some information from a friend about a father that needed some help and had some problem, trying to help out his young one in relation to cannabis. So our team came out here quickly to Ottawa. And I think it's important to note that while we're here, that the next time that Chad and I intend to be here is going to be for the R versus Smith. Here being Ottawa, Ontario, where the Supreme Court of Canada is going to hear the first ever medical marijuana case in Canada. And that is huge, huge news, and we will be here to cover that. And to the family out there, again, we're here ethically and morally to give our support. Please contact cannabisincanada.ca if we can do anything to help you out. It's simply not right when the state intervenes in the parental rights.
For somebody to actually make that choice and stand up and say, you know what, I'm going to give my child something else first before I try to radiate them and give them chemotherapy, which is only damaging. They're heroes. They're not villains, and we need to be there for those people, and that's why we're here.
I'm here today from East Coast in Ottawa with a very unfortunate story. Once again, we find children in the crossfire of, in my own opinion, prohibitionary policy and flawed policies. And I'm sitting here with Marco today speaking about his young son. I'm quite emotional because I have a child. From father to father, Marco's going to fill us in on kind of exactly what's going on, what's transpired. I don't want to paraphrase anything or say anything, but I just wanted to say thanks for coming on the show, Marco.
Thanks for giving me the time to come and, let me tell Aiden's story and get the word to the people.
And that's what this is about. It's about getting the word to the people, standing up for your rights, and understanding that there's people from the West Coast to the East that are going to stand together and united when it comes to the sort of just backwards at seeing policy. But as the story opens up, I think a lot more people are going to understand that this is about parental rights and about what rights the state sure shouldn't have around our children. On that note, we'll see you in the next segue. Thanks.
You guys are trying to pressure me into signing this paper.
Nobody's pressuring anybody.
You're telling me if I don't sign this paper, you're taking my kid. It's life or death. There's another option. We have the choice in Canada. There's other options available. We have lawyers, we have doctors and everything that are prepared to talk to these people. Please give Aiden the chance. He deserves it. He's our little boy, Erica. He deserves this right.
He's our little boy, and they're gonna take care.
My name's Marco. I'm Aiden Mulaney's father, and he got diagnosed a couple weeks ago with leukemia, cancer. The state stepped in and took my rights as a father. I asked the doctor for a second opinion to possibly have less invasive treatment other than what she was recommending. And needless to say, the state stepped in, removed my rights, and he's currently having chemotherapy. When I went into the hospital with him, he was a sick little boy, but he was smiling. He was a kid. They did the blood work on Tuesday, and Wednesday we got the news that he had cancer. They had recommended chemotherapy. We spent 3 days trying to find other options available. I found another doctor that was willing to give us a hand, and they refused this. They said they knew what they were doing. They were professionals at this. Needless to say, now my little boy's on life support at the hospital. Breathing tube, intravenous. heart monitors, everything. He's had a couple of rounds with chemo. Because I don't have no rights as a father, I don't exactly know how their progress is in their books, but to me, yeah, it's my little boy. On the 29th, I go to court. 2 o'clock on 161 Hogan, I believe, for the judge to hear my story and hopefully help Aiden out. That's all we want. It's just free. And it's, he's an 18-month-old little boy. He barely talks. He says, 2 dozen words, 3 dozen. He don't have much on his vocabulary. But I know that if he could, he'd want me to do this for him. Because the children need it. If there's other ways to defeat cancer, why not? I lost my wife. She decided that with all this stress, she couldn't have a relationship right now. She had to spend all of her energy on Aiden. We've been together, this month will be our 3-year anniversary. We've moved to 3 different provinces. We've traveled a lot. I love her with my heart and soul, and yeah. They took my rights as a father. I lost my wife. I lost my job. 2 days.
2 days?
They did the biopsy. The results from the biopsy came back at like 3 o'clock, and it was confirmed that he had cancer. So they really started hounding with the chemo over taking your rights away. And like I said, it was on a Wednesday. Friday at 12 o'clock, we headed down to the courthouse. By 3 o'clock, I was no longer a father to my little boy. Honestly, even if they threaten to take your kid, stand. There's people that will stand with you. No matter what, even if my rights are fully taken for this little boy, I'm going to be back on Parliament Hill. This should be the standard treatment. If they know it works, why not use it? Is money that important over a life? Really?